What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Let's get right into it. Here to bring you a trade prediction video on Chuck Clark. I believe the Ravens safety will be traded to Atlanta Falcons. And let's talk about why. So I'm doubling back. This is my second video on Chuck Clark. And let me say this before I even get any further. My last video, I said me and him were former high school teammates, which is definitely true. We played together my freshman year and his sophomore year and to his senior year and whatever, right? But I called him Charles Clark. That's his real name. People in the comments section who are Ravens fans are telling me that man's name is not what it is. Just because it says Chuck on Madden and you look the roster up on Google, it says Chuck and people call him Chuck. Just like people call Charles Barkley Chuck, guys. His real name is not Chuck. The only Chuck I know that's real name was Chuck. It was Chuck Hayes, the former NBA player. He was a center. He was like 6'6", 6'7". Played for the Rockets a couple years, and his real name. Let me look real quick. His real name might be Charles too, but I know every time I've seen him, his name was Chuck though. Let me check real quick. Was Chuck Hayes' real name Charles or not? Yeah, so Chuck Hayes' real name is Charles too. So guys, if you don't know, most likely if they call him Chuck, their real name is Charles. So let's get that out the way real quick. But I'm doubling back to a Chuck Clark trade video. My last video I did, I forgot exactly who it was on, but I know the two teams involved. I had two options. It was this right after they drafted Cal Hamilton. I had two options, either the Niners or the Eagles. I think I chose the Eagles, but I think the Niners were my secondary option. You know, that's just off my memory, but I know for sure those two teams. But I still like those moves, you know. And the rumor, right after I did my video, the rumors came out that, hey, the Ravens and Eagles spoke because the Ravens might want Jalen Reagor, but the talk was the Eagles don't want Chuck Clark back. And that was before they signed any safety, that being the Eagles. So I was like, dang, it definitely was right on track, but it didn't happen. The deal fell apart, which I think it could still pick back up. I still think Reagor will be traded, honestly, and Chuck too. But that's why I'm here for this video now. I believe Chuck Clark, after the Ravens drafted Cal Hamilton, they signed Marcus Williams to a 5-year, $70 million deal. I believe they're going to still trade him. Now, I know all the talk since then has been about Chuck not being traded and they want to keep him and keep all three and play three safeties, which sound good, which sounds fine and dandy. But Chuck, 27 years old, his trade value will not get higher than this right now. Good year last year, caught a pick six, played well, do-it-all guy. He was in the Pro Bowl hunt to make the Pro Bowl list, so he played a pretty good year. You're not going to get that much better from him, honestly. He's only going to get older, you know what I'm saying? He's do-it-all guy. You see him pass rushing. You see him in the box. You see him guarding tight ends, slots. He can do it all, you know. He's been doing that for a long time. Trust me, I've seen him do all that too, and play running back, whatever. But Chuck's a very talented guy. So I'm thinking, bring him to Atlanta. His former defensive coordinator, when they drafted him, Dean Pease, is now in Atlanta. It makes sense. It makes sense, man. In Atlanta, I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan, I will say, but our defense has been Swiss cheese, to say the least. Since our Super Bowl year, our defense has been trash. We're rebuilding. He's a good guy to turn around, to help turn us around. You know, good, hard-nosed guy, leader. And what really stood out to me personally, and I said I haven't talked to him since my senior year of high school, his freshman year at Virginia Tech. But the thing is, when him and Earl Thomas, former safety and Ravens leader, when they got into that tussle, 2 years ago now? Last year, 2 years ago now? And they chose they chose Chuck over Thomas. That really showed me something. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure that might not have been their first fight. I'm not quite sure. But fights happen all the time. Things happen. But for them to outright cut Thomas, who was going through some off the field stuff too, and was wilding a little bit here and there. But for them to cut him, keep Chuck. You know, Chuck been having the green dot for a couple years now, calling plays, being the leader. And I know how he is. I'm pretty sure it's even better now. He's a supreme leader, always has been. So for him to have all that responsibility and for the Ravens to luck up and get Cal Hamilton to fall to 14 was amazing. for the team itself. But for Chuck, I think the end is near. If not training camp time, trade deadline time. Chuck has maybe about a year or two left on his deal, if I'm not mistaken. So, he's going to, I think, if not this year, for sure next summer. But for now, he's holding on. Like I said, the Ravens have been firm in saying they're going to keep all three guys. You don't hear too many stories of the Ravens franchise, the Ravens organization, line the players and stuff like that. Normally, when they come out and speak, they speak, and then that's what it is. So I will, they are a stand-up organization, them and the Steelers both. But I still think for best of the team, long term, I think they're going to free up that spot, and they're going to trade Chuck. The Ravens drafted or brought in a couple of good corners, young corners, and I think they're going to need time to shine. You can't have that with Chuck taking up spots. Chuck is better in the box than man coverage, to be honest. And I seen him guard tight ends. I've seen him do all that, guard slots. He's cool. He's okay. You can leave him out there. A little bit of help sometimes, but one-on-one, I think you could be comfortable in saying they might catch the ball, but he's gonna stop them for a no yards gain. No extra yards gain. Catch the ball, tackle, maybe a yard or two, and that's it. But leave them man on man all the time. I won't be comfortable. And the Falcons, they wouldn't do that. They would definitely scheme him up right, keep him in the box where he should be, make plays there, be our thumper. Then play zone, play deep coverage here and there, whatever. But I think Dean Pease knows how to use them. He'll use them the right way, the correct way, and I'm really just thinking he needs a new home. Cal Hamilton will eat up some space. Versatile young man, a lot of size on him, a lot of athleticism on him. And Marcus Williams, as I said, one of the best pure safeties in today's NFL. So he's definitely going to be deep. So and Cal can play both deep, box, everything. So it's going to be tricky. They might try to make it work for a little bit. We did see during rookie minicamp, and a few months back, they did give Cal Hamilton the green dot. And it's how the NFL works. It's how all major sports work. New guys come in. It's time for the old guys to go. And 27, Chuck been there for a minute now. He got a deal, got a nice contract a couple years ago, but things change. And nobody thought really. I mean, it was on some people mock draft, but it was hard to really see Cal Hamilton falling that far to 14. And the Ravens didn't got to move up for him or nothing. He just fell right there in their lap. Primetime prospect. So you can't be mad at it. It is what it is. But I definitely think the Falcons need him. And I think he needs a new home, a change of scenery. And both moves, the move for both sides makes sense. Free up space for the young corners that they drafted for the Baltimore Ravens. And the Falcons need an influx of talent, need leadership, especially on that back end. We have our two good corners. We need an influx of who do we sign that vet? Casey Hayward. Sign Casey Hayward. We have AJ Terrell, so we need some thumping in the box because we're probably going to trade Deion Jones too. So we need some thumping, someone in the box to get it done, and Chuck Clark is just that. So that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.